All right, let's dive right to the fascinating world of coffee, shall we? This, now, when you think of coffee, what comes to mind? It's that strong, invigorating aroma, the comforting warmth of a cup in your hands, or maybe it's that much needed energy boost it provides in the morning. But have you ever stopped to think about what's actually inside your cup of coffee? Coffee is much more than just water and caffeine. It's a complex beverage that contains hundreds of different compounds, including carbohydrates, lipids, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and a range of bioactive compounds like caffeine and antioxidants. Now, these compounds can have a significant impact on our health, both positive and negative. Caffeine, for instance, is a well-known stimulant that can boost your mood, metabolism, and mental and physical performance. However, it can also lead to issues like restlessness, insomnia, and increased heart rate when consumed in excess. Antioxidants in coffee, such as chlorogenic acids, can help reduce inflammation and protect against many chronic diseases. But they're not an excuse to start drinking coffee by the bucket. Moderation is key here, folks. Then there's the matter of vitamins and minerals. A single cup of coffee can provide small amounts of essential nutrients like vitamin B2, B3, B5, manganese, and potassium. Not a bad bonus, right? But, and here's the catch, coffee is also known to interfere with the absorption of certain minerals, like iron, in your diet. And if you're adding a lot of sugar or cream to your coffee, well, you might be outweighing some of the potential health benefits. So while coffee can be a source of health-promoting compounds, how it impacts your health can vary widely based on a number of factors, like your overall diet, your genetics, how much coffee you drink, and even how it's brewed. Remember, it's all about balance and moderation. Now, let's move on to some of the potential health benefits of regular coffee consumption. All right, moving forward, let's talk about the potential benefits of regular coffee consumption. Now, I'm sure most of us can agree that coffee is our go-to beverage when we need a little pick-me-up. But did you know that the benefits of coffee go beyond just helping you shake off that morning grogginess? Let's start with mental alertness. You see, coffee is high in caffeine, a natural stimulant that works by blocking the effects of a neurotransmitter called adenosine. By blocking adenosine, caffeine increases activity in your brain and releases other neurotransmitters like norepinephrine and dopamine. This reduces tiredness and makes you feel more alert. So yes, your morning cup of joe does indeed help you kickstart your day and boost your productivity. Now, aside from keeping you alert, there is mounting evidence suggesting that coffee consumption can potentially reduce the risk of certain diseases. This is largely due to its high antioxidant content, which can help fight off inflammation in the body. For instance, several studies have found that regular coffee drinkers have a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. This could be due to the fact that coffee helps improve insulin sensitivity, thereby reducing the risk of this disease. Additionally, research has shown that coffee may protect against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. It seems that the combination of caffeine and antioxidants in coffee can have a beneficial effect on brain health. And here's an interesting one. Regular coffee consumption has also been linked to a lower risk of liver diseases, including liver cancer. It's thought that coffee could help protect the liver from damaging conditions like cirrhosis and liver cancer. However,
While these potential benefits sound promising, it's important to remember that more research is needed to fully understand these relationships.
And just as we discussed earlier, moderation is key. Consuming coffee in large amounts doesn't necessarily mean you'll reap more benefits. In fact, it could lead to some pretty unpleasant side effects, which we'll talk about next. Stay tuned. Alright, now that we've discussed the potential benefits of coffee, it's time to flip the coin and look at the potential risks and side effects of excessive coffee consumption. I mean, as much as we love our daily brew, it's important to acknowledge that too much of a good thing can sometimes be bad, right? So let's talk about the most common side effect of consuming too much coffee: anxiety. Coffee stimulates the release of adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone, which can increase your heart rate, make you feel jittery and anxious. If you're someone who's already dealing with anxiety issues, consuming too much caffeine might worsen the situation. So it's something to keep in mind. Next, let's talk about insomnia. Remember when we talked about how coffee can help you stay alert? Well, that's great when you need to stay awake, but not so much when you're trying to catch some Z's. Consuming coffee late in the day can interfere with your sleep cycle, leading to poor sleep quality or insomnia. And we all know how important a good night's sleep is for our overall health, don't we? Now, onto digestive problems. Some people might find that coffee can upset their stomach or lead to heartburn. This is because coffee stimulates the production of stomach acid, which can cause indigestion in some people. Moreover, coffee can have a laxative effect, which might lead to discomfort and frequent trips to the bathroom for some individuals. And of course, there's the risk of dependence. Coffee is a source of caffeine, which is a psychoactive substance. Regular consumption can lead to dependence, and you might find yourself experiencing withdrawal symptoms, like headaches, irritability, and fatigue if you try to cut back. So, while coffee can offer a range of health benefits, it's important to consume it in moderation. Listen to your body and adjust your coffee consumption accordingly. Remember, everyone's tolerance to caffeine is different. What works for one person might not work for another. And that's the beauty of being human, isn't it?
All right, let's move on to the role of coffee in weight management and metabolism.
Now, let's switch gears a bit and talk about coffee's role in weight management and metabolism. You may have noticed that coffee is a common ingredient in many commercial fat-burning supplements. Ever wondered why? Well, it's because coffee can boost your metabolic rate and help you burn more calories. You see, caffeine, the main stimulant in coffee, can boost metabolic rate by up to 11%. It does this by stimulating the nervous system and signaling fat cells to break down fat. In fact, some studies have even suggested that caffeine can specifically increase fat burning by as much as 10% in obese individuals and 29% in lean people. Talk about a metabolic boost. Talk about a metabolic boost. But that's not all. Coffee can also help you control your weight by suppressing your appetite, at least temporarily. This means you might feel less hungry and eat less overall, which can help with weight management. However, it's important to note that the effects of coffee on appetite may vary from person to person. Furthermore, coffee can help improve physical performance by increasing adrenaline levels and releasing fatty acids from the fat tissues. This makes coffee a great pre-workout drink that can help you push a little harder during your workouts, leading to better results. Now, while these findings seem promising, remember that adding a ton of sugar or cream to your coffee could negate some of these benefits. Also, it's important to note that the effects of coffee on metabolism are likely to be temporary and may diminish over time, especially in regular coffee drinkers due to tolerance. So while having a cup or two of coffee can certainly help you burn more calories and even help with weight management, it's not a magic bullet for weight loss. A balanced diet and regular exercise are still key. Coffee is just one piece of the puzzle. But it's a tasty piece, isn't it? Let's
Now, let's move on to our final point, the relationship between coffee consumption and chronic diseases.
All right, we've made it to our final point, the relationship between coffee consumption and chronic diseases. As we previously discussed, coffee is packed with a multitude of compounds that can affect your health in various ways. The effect it has on chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and certain types of cancer is particularly intriguing. Let's start with diabetes. A number of scientific studies have suggested that regular coffee drinkers have a significantly reduced risk of developing type 2 diabetes. This might be due to the fact that coffee, particularly decaf, can help improve insulin sensitivity, thus reducing the risk of diabetes. Now, when it comes to heart disease, the relationship is a bit more complex. In the past, coffee was often associated with an increased risk of heart disease. However, recent research suggests that moderate coffee consumption may not increase the risk after all. In fact, some studies have even found a lower risk of heart disease among coffee drinkers. But again, this largely depends on the individual and factors such as genetics and lifestyle. Now, let's talk about cancer. Some studies have found a link between coffee consumption and a decreased risk of certain types of cancer, such as liver and colorectal cancer. This is likely due to the high antioxidant content in coffee, which can help protect against oxidative damage that can lead to cancer. However, it's important to mention that while these findings are promising, they don't mean that coffee alone can prevent these diseases. There are always other factors at play, including your overall diet, physical activity, genetic predispositions, and other lifestyle factors. So, while coffee can be part of a healthy diet and lifestyle, it shouldn't be relied on as a sole method of disease prevention. It's all about balance and moderation, folks. At the end of the day, coffee is a complex and fascinating beverage that can have both benefits and risks. Listen to your body and enjoy your brew in moderation. And remember, the healthiest coffee is black coffee. If you're loading up your cup with sugar, cream, or other high-calorie add-ons, you might be offsetting some of the health benefits. So keep it simple, folks. And on that note, I'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of coffee and health. Thanks for sticking with me.